Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sick Minds of Matt and Eric. Once again, my name is Matt, and with me, as always, is my best friend.
It's me, Eric. I thought you were at least gonna say my name.
And
Oh
it's
man,
that's
it's the
your
end of
cow.
the year. It's the end of the year, and what a year it was.
Yeah, it was a pretty good year for us, I feel.
Yeah, I mean better than 2020, that's for sure.
Yeah, fantastically better than 2020. I can say that
Yeah,
much. We're just ignoring 2021, but yeah. Oh my
so
god.
man, how how was your year? I'm sorry if you can hear my dog.
Oh, that's your dog. I was like,
Yeah,
is something falling? Are you okay?
no, dog is bored and playing with stuff.
um, it was all right. I did discover that I've gained a lot of weight, and I need to hit the gym next year so I can start losing weight because I'm not gonna give up food. That's something
I
I'm not gonna do.
That's something that we can both agree on. I have gained a lot of weight back, and I need to get back to under 200 at least.
I need to just get back to like the middle 200s.
The mid 200s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I've always been a big guy. And put your fucking headphones on, dude. Jesus Christ.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
Oh my god. Every episode. Every goddamn episode. I just hear it echo in the background. You know I'm loud. I'm a loud person.
You're a loud ass motherfucker.
I'm loud. It's going to be loud. um, I need to lose weight. I need to just, be happy. I did a lot of, since I moved back from Florida back to Massachusetts, I did a lot of soul searching. I did a lot of soul searching. I'm still a nerd. Still very much a nerd. But, I figured out some things. I figured out, some things. I found out why I'm.
Want to elaborate, or
It wouldn't be
these
no.
fucking headphones haven't connected yet, by the way.
um, there'd be no surprise, like, when I was in Florida, a few people didn't like me, which is fine, Like, I understand I could be a little much. I could say things without thinking, and I found out why, like, I was like that, so, like, I'm a socially awkward kid, and the reason why is because I didn't really think about it, but, growing up, I got diagnosed with ADHD when I was like 5. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you found out you're ADHD when you're like 10 or 12 or anything like that. No, I found out I was ADHD when I was 5. And this was also early 90s. So, who knows how good the medication was back then, you know what I'm saying? So,
Not good.
no. So, I'm pretty sure I was on Adderall. So, when I took it, when I was like a child and stuff, it made me feel like a robot. So, not only like am I not knowing how to like normally interact with people, I was also thrown into like special education. So they like put me in classes that I think I should have not been in, and I should have been in like my normal classes with my fellow people in my grade. So I grew up not being able to like really interact with, I guess I wouldn't say normal people because that would be rude. But
No,
pretty,
normal people. let's face it. We are, because I also had special classes, but they were more because I stabbed a kid. So
Wait, sorry.
okay. Oh, we're on you. We're on you, not me. We'll talk about me in a second. I'll tell you my story.
And so like I wasn't in my like with everyone that was in my grade. In my class, like my grade was like 300 and something people. So I wasn't with them. I was with like 15 same kids every fucking day growing up. And then high school comes and I'm thrown out of special education and like, hey, good luck. So like now I'm trying to learn how to interact with my age group with also interacting with older kids when I haven't had to do that. like the only time I interacted with people that weren't part of the special education was when I played sports. And that was the only time like I interacted with people in my age group. And so then I go to college and I go to community college out of everything. And like I'm still like, and of course I discovered the nerds right away and hung out with them. So I'm not saying like us nerdy people have a bad rap, but let's be real, most nerdy people are very socially awkward.
I mean, it's because we're passionate about what we like and we won't shut up about it.
Yeah.
And we get to the point where we have to do podcast about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And so
Um.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm almost
Oh,
done.
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
almost done. And so then I go to Disney. I go work down in Disney. And then I'm just thrown in a whole different culture. Like, I'm used to the Massachusetts culture. I'm used to people being like an asshole, but not really being an asshole. And then I'm thrown into the Disney culture, not knowing how to interact with anyone still.
Ooh.
And it was like a crash course on what you shouldn't do, what you should do. Like, hey, this isn't acceptable to say. Hey, you shouldn't say something like this. Hey, like that. And then there's also the crash course of like, hey, if you fuck up on saying something, you're gonna get in trouble. So it was just like it was a huge eye-opening experience, and I moved back home, got over my not got over, like I still have depression, but it went from crippling depression to just sizzling depression, I guess. And and I realized, and like if I could, all the people that said like I said something to them or like maybe said something inappropriate to them, like I would love to go back and apologize to them. Like I'm like, sorry, I didn't know that made you feel uncomfortable or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't mean to be like that. I didn't know that wasn't acceptable, and I'm sorry.
You know, I will second the whole not knowing what we can't say thing because you're from a major city, or at least
Yes,
close to a major city.
a major
I am
educated city.
also
Let me also throw that, like a major educated
from
city.
another major city, right? And there's certain things that we say that aren't really offensive. They're super offensive, but they're not offensive to us.
Yeah,
For instance, if a guy cuts me off, that guy's retarded. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
the word itself, okay, yeah, I get it. But like I don't know, it's just different. It's just
I
different.
in Massachusetts it has a different meaning. Like it's pretty much the way you used it. Like this guy's being a fucking idiot. Like
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. Yeah. So I understand where I like and right now, especially where I'm at, where I live, um everything that you like what's the best way to try to explain it? I have to be very careful on what I say because everybody's very sensitive,
Yeah.
and so I don't talk to anybody. Like literally, all my friends are online now. I have no in-person friends, and it's not because like I don't think I can. I probably could have some like in-person friends, but I don't know where I can open up with and not be offensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you were at Disney and you said some hilarious shit and everybody thought was fucking, oh, this guy's an asshole, and I'm laughing my ass off, and I was like, this fucking guy, he gets it.
And
That
yeah.
was another thing. Like I was in the same boat, like in the special classes, not because of like ADHD, which I'm pretty sure I have, but because I went through like anger management classes. So I was one of these kids where like I grew up very quiet and I
That's so
didn't say a
weird that
word to
you have anger
anybody.
management issues.
Well,
Like
yeah.
you're so fucking chill. You're the last person that I would expect that had anger
Well,
management issues.
and you know what? That's probably like I feel like that's a common thing. I feel like if you have anger issues as a kid, you're very chill as an adult, and if you're very chill as a kid, probably gonna be angry as an adult. Like, so at one point in my life, I didn't say anything to anybody, and I just bottled that shit up inside, and I just ate it because I just felt like that was the way the world works. Like every time I would go somewhere, my parents would be like, "Hey, don't say a word, don't embarrass us." So I just didn't say anything because I
Wow.
do, like, I don't want to like embarrass people, like. So I was just like, all right, cool, because I know me. I'd be running around the store and grabbing shit, and like, oh, can I get this, and all that shit. So I figured, okay, maybe that's embarrassing, so I stopped doing that. And it all kind of just fucking blew up because I was so quiet. I got picked on because I didn't like stand up for myself. And then the one day I decided to stand up for myself, I went all out. Like it was it was all those years. Something that should have just been like maybe a regular fight. I ended up stabbing a kid in the arm with a pencil.
Oh, that's kind of not as bad as what I did. So, like, I was always told, like, if someone starts shit with you, you're ending it. So there was a kid. I know the kid's name and everything. I'm not gonna say it on here, but he it was like third or fourth grade, and the kid pissed me off and like kept being a dick. So I grabbed his head and, and fucking smashed it into the brick wall.
Okay. Yeah, this kid I can't remember exactly what he did, but I think he just called me a name.
Yeah, I might have fucked that kid up more. Because then, like, a week later, he pissed me off again, and then I smashed his head back again into the brick wall. And this time he was laughing. So, to that kid, I apologize.
Oh, to the people that I've like fought, I don't apologize. You fucking deserved it.
Actually, yeah. Yeah.
I never initiated shit. So basically, that's what started it. Like I stabbed that kid, and then literally, I got I got in school suspension. I'm not sure if you are familiar with that.
Ah, bitch, I just got homeschool suspension.
Okay. So in school suspension, or ISS, what they called it, it was basically instead of being suspended and being sent home, you got to a separate class with other kids that were like troublemakers. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was there for 2 days, and then that another kid was just like, he made fun of me for being there because I shouldn't have been there because I was a nerdy ass kid,
Oh, I'm a nerdy ass
right?
kid, huh? I'm a nerdy.
And at this point, I'm gonna sound like a serial killer, but it felt so good stabbing that kid.
What the fuck,
I told you I was gonna sound like a fucking serial killer. It just like that relief. So I was just like, maybe I just should fight everybody. So I punched that kid in the face. Then I got actually suspended for a week. Got back to school, and then someone cut in front of me in the
Oh
lunch
no.
line.
Oh, what'd you do?
So I punched that kid in the face. And then I got removed from that school and went to like um well, it was still part of that school. So I didn't get removed from that school. I got removed from my class and got put into anger management classes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. I think it makes sense, Eric.
So, and then it wasn't until like shit, that was in middle school, and it wasn't until like midway through high school that I learned something in the anger management class. And it's going to sound absolutely nuts, right? But here's what I learned in anger management class and what made me chill the fuck out.
You're always angry.
No, nobody gives a shit about
I-
me. Nobody gives a shit about anything. Why should I give a shit about things? So ever since then, it's literally just like I don't give a fuck. I do not give a shit. And I was just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do things that make me laugh and like and have a good time. As long as it doesn't hurt others, fuck it. I don't give a shit what you do. And that's been my mentality the entire like way through. Ever since you've met me, that's been my like, well, it doesn't fuck with me. I don't give a shit. Go for
Hey, Eric, the ride's breaking down and break.
it. Hold on, wait a minute. on lunch.
Oh God. So this took like into like a little confessional, you know.
Well, yeah, a
Talked
little bit
about
about us.
life, talked about us. Just in case if no one believes that we worked for Disney or anything, I even have my Disney name tag right here. Bing, right there.
That
Uh,
is not how you point, sir. That is not how you point.
Read between the lines right here, bud. Yeah, fuck this. Yeah, because Walt smoked a goddamn cigarette, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, my year, my year was all right. You know, it was fun. Can't complain. Started beating some games. Started reading manga again. Slowly but surely, I'll get back into watching anime again. You know, I've taken a very long break from watching anime. Mainly because I can't watch it at work. It's just always titties this, titty that, titty this. Look at these big anime titties. And like
Yeah.
I can't really
Yeah.
have that happening while I'm at work. So
Jesus Christ. So I gotta share a story. You already heard the story, but for the people listening, this guy was like, "Hey, you should watch High School DxD," and I was like, "All right, yeah, that sounds fun." So nice. So I was just like, "Okay, yeah, I'll start watching that at work."
that's a bold strategy, Con. So ready for
Oh
this.
my
Also,
god.
he's seen an episode before this, so he should know.
I didn't remember. And I thought it was censored. I seriously thought it was like censored, like Sailor Moon censored. But then when there were actual nipples out, I was just like, "Oh, I can't watch this here."
The
Maybe I
thing
should go
is,
and turn this off.
it's like the first couple of seasons. I wish they would like make more seasons. The first few seasons, including the light novel, is pretty much kind of like a comedy, typical comedy like harem. But then after a certain volume, it gets deep and it gets dark real fucking quick. And then it's like, yeah, there's still stuff about boobies, but there's also like legitimate storyline and like deep storyline. And at one point, it's just like, who gives a fuck about this harem right now? We gotta save the world from all these fucking gods and shit. So yeah, you're gonna eventually have to pick up the light novel.
Well, I'll watch it while I'm at home. I just need something to watch while I'm at work.
um,
And I think, oh well, now that we're here, I got a Shaman King, and I'm gonna plan on. I haven't read it yet. And I just picked it up the other day, and every time I go to open it, this dog does something. So I haven't been able to look at it. But I thought I saw it as an anime on Crunchyroll, so I might have to check that out.
it's a remake of the original that came
Of the
out.
original
Shaman
Shaman
King,
King?
yeah, because there was a Shaman King anime in like the early 2000s, I believe, like when we were growing
Oh.
up. I heard it didn't do that well. I could be wrong. People might flame me in the comments for that, but I'm almost positive it didn't do that well. Um, yeah, so we're gonna move on to our actual topic. Oh, wait. How was your 2022?
Nothing but real like positives. At least it was on an upswing because it started off really rough. I started off working, um, not fast food, right? But I did the equipment. I did the kitchen equipment for Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, I
So,
remember that.
so for those of you that don't know, that includes the like air conditionings, the fridges, the freezers, the grills. I kept the store up and running, and it wasn't just one store. It was like 50 fucking stores. And then it was like there was three of us, and they split 50 stores between the three of us, so I was constantly busy. It was fucking ridiculous. Um, and they paid good though. And then I got hired in at the university. Started doing IT there, and I've been there ever since. And man, it's been fucking great. I at first I felt like an imposter, like I shouldn't be there, like I don't know enough, and I still feel that way every once in a while. Um, But then I do something incredible every once in a while to go, oh yeah, no, I'm totally where I should be.
um, this actually will this will be a good segue into what we're going to talk about. So guess what I found?
Money.
I wish. I found my PS Vita.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it works. So I'm gonna transition this into. So we're gonna talk to you all about what animes we think would be a great video game, or potential live action, which I don't think any really will be, but we'll discuss it. And then we're going to talk about what video games we would love to see remade and what video games we think would be a perfect anime or a live action film. The main reason why we're doing this is one, it's the end of the year, literally. It's literally the end of the year. And two, Eric's too busy playing EVE Online to play any other different games for us to talk about.
That is not 100% true. I could play
That-
other games.
That's bullshit, because I'd be like, hey, you need to buy this game so we can fucking talk about it. And you'd be like, huh? Oh, EVE
What did
Online.
I just do today? What did I just do today?
Yeah, after I've been throwing out names of games. I'm like, hey, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion's out. If I could get that. Oh, you know, EVE Online. Hey, you know, Persona 5 Royals on the PC now. We can fucking play that. Maybe, yeah. You know, maybe I'll actually beat a Persona game, you know. EVE Online. Hey, Monster Hunter Rise is on sale. Let's do it. So now we're gonna drown. We're gonna drown our life away again in another fucking Monster Hunter game. Good
They're
God.
so good, though. They're so good.
All right, so, we could also talk about what anime we would like to be remade too.
You know how I feel about remakes. If it's it would need to be a bad anime that needs to get remade, because you can't remake. Oh, you know what? Actually, I take it back. I want Dragon Ball to be remade. The original Dragon Ball series remade, like they did with Kai.
See,
Right.
here's my opinion. I would love something like that, but just keep the voices the same. Because I feel like Dragon Ball doesn't have that much filler. The original Dragon Ball, just in case. Because everyone calls Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball. So.
Yeah. Well, we call Dragon Ball Dragon Ball. I've always called Dragon Ball Z DBZ. And then Super has just been Super. Or Dragon Ball Super has just been Super.
Yeah.
So, and then there's GT, but we don't talk about GT.
Yeah, we don't talk about that shit around here. around these pets.
Ironically enough, I started watching GT. Hear me out. I started watching GT subbed to read what the difference is between the English dubbed and the subbed. And let me tell you, they fucked us here in America. We got the shit end of that fucking stick. It's not as terrible as the English dub.
I mean, it's not
great. It's not great, but I get what they were trying to do, and they just kind of they were trying to make something that was not about Goku, but they couldn't do it. The whole story, if you look at it, the story's supposed to be about Pan.
Yeah.
Right? And it starts off that way, and then something happens, which I'm assuming ratings happened, and they're like, well, we need Goku. It can't be Dragon Ball without Goku. So they just had Goku go Super Saiyan 4 and all that crazy ass shit. Because it was basically was supposed to be, they powered down Goku. He's now a kid, and he's traveling with his family, or just Pan and Trunks and whatnot. It was supposed to be Pan's story, and it starts off that way, but something happened, the ratings started falling, so they decided to make Goku the main person again, and that's when it all got fucked up.
I mean, it's not a canon series anyways, so.
Well, no, yeah, now it's not. But, yeah.
Supposedly, there's a rumor going around that Naruto might be getting a Kai version.
I would love a like a Kai version of Naruto and Shippuden mixed.
I mean, I would feel bad for all them, like, Hinata fans and all that. Because a lot of her content came from filler. Like, I'm sorry to bring this on
I
to
want a
you.
Kai version of Naruto and Shippuden mixed. That's it. I said what I said.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'd feel bad for all her fans because they're gonna realize
I
if they do a Kai version, you're not gonna see your baby girl that much.
Hinata's not the worst
She's useless.
part. I mean, not to sound sexist, but Naruto doesn't do a good job with the female leads.
No,
Tsunade,
I mean,
is probably the only one.
no, they redeemed Sakura for a little bit, and then she took a back seat again, and then redeemed her again, and then took a back seat again.
They did that too many times.
Yeah, but the difference
And
is that the Western audience, aka us, people hate Sakura for one measly thing and just continue hating her, where someone like Hinata can stalk Naruto for the whole fucking series, pretty much almost screw up the whole leaf by going to try to fight Pain, which, by the way, the anime made it look like it was a better fight than it actually was, because she got bodied in the manga. And
well, I mean, there's only so many pages you can put into a manga, you know.
she's only in 50 panels, dude. But she almost cost the leaf, Hey, Naruto almost let out the Nine-Tails Fox. Can you imagine if it was Sakura that got hit right there? At this point, Naruto's only been in love with Sakura. Hugest crush, his teammate, his best friend. Can you imagine if it was Sakura that got stabbed? He wouldn't give a shit if Minato was right there trying to stop the Nine-Tails. He would open that shit up and be like, take me now.
Yo, fuck these gates. Open them all up.
Fuck them. Just open them. I don't give a shit anymore. You just killed my pink-haired goddess. You're gonna do this to me? Fuck it.
Oh my god. Even Kuruma's like, whoa, calm down. I can't take over that quickly.
Wait a second. No, you take over now.
I've been asleep for a while. I gotta stretch. Give me a minute.
I said now, you stupid fox. Oh god. I would like a Yu Yu Hakusho remake, but the thing is, okay, let me finish.
Okay.
There's really no filler in Yu Yu Hakusho, so all I would want is just like to upgrade the graphics, I guess. That's all I would want.
What anime would you want? Not remade, but the same world with new characters. Because it's almost it's impossible to do it with Dragon Ball. At this point?
Yeah, because they'll be like, "Where's Goku?" Damn, that's tough.
Because I feel like Naruto's world is so fucking interesting and like so good that you can be generations down and still have a compelling story in that universe, in that world.
Except Boruto is not compelling at all.
I said generations down.
I said generations, you fucking idiot. God. Man, if the anime continued, I would love to see more in the Seraph of the End universe. Because that anime, I watched that. And I think it was an anime I suggested to you, but you never got to it.
What anime?
Seraph of the End. It is actually Universal's the one that produced it. It's really good, and it's pretty much like it's in a post-apocalyptic world. Pretty much vampires have taken over, but the only way humans can live or fight against the pretty much the overpowered vampires is by making a contract with a weapon that has a demon inside it.
That sounds a lot like Soul Eater.
Yeah, but Soul Eater is mainly like it's different. Because Soul Eater, you could see the like their weapons are also people,
Right.
whereas their weapons in Seraph of the End stay weapons for as of right now. I haven't seen any of the demons come out of the weapons, but they never did a season 2, even though I believe the manga's still going. So I might just pick up the manga and read it.
Well, there's always hope. If Bleach can come back out of like a 10-year hiatus.
Yeah, well, we all know my feelings on Bleach. So
I'm telling you should give it a shot.
I did give it a shot. It was fucking Yu Yu Hakusho Walmart edition.
Just keep watching it. It eventually gets better.
I don't need to watch 300 episodes of filler, Eric. Or 200 or 150 of what it is.
Then you don't need to watch Naruto.
Hey, you know what? I watched that when I was younger, okay? I'm older now. I'm older and wiser. Yeah, I don't know really what anime I would remake. Also, the only anime that I think could do good as a live action if they did it right, which they're actually doing right now, supposedly, is Yu Yu Hakusho. Because, there's not that much, at least for the first 2 seasons, there's not that much, CGI you would need to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then once you get to, the Demon Terminator arc, then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah. With everything around, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they can still pull it off, though. Just have a lot of people in costumes, and then just have to CGI, the background out and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a lot of special effects, but they've gotten really good with special effects nowadays.
That's true. And CGI doesn't cost as much as it used to back then, too.
Right?
I think that would be really the only one. Well, besides the sports anime and stuff, action wise, I think that's one of the few that you can actually do. Maybe Demon Slayer, but not with some of the characters. I don't think.
I feel like Demon Slayer would make a great movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right? Because if you think about it, the opening could be the same, basically.
Yeah.
Shorten it up. Go on trip, gets cold, stops, continues trip, family dead. The whole training arc could be just a flash montage of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you got your demons. So, and isn't it over? Isn't it done? It's complete.
The manga's done. Anime's not. Which I gotta say, the manga felt rushed at the end. I will say that. It felt rushed at the end. Maybe it's because I rushed through it and read the whole manga in 3 days. But it felt like the ending was rushed. There was time skips and I'm some of this doesn't make sense. Alright, so
that's an interesting world. I don't know how it ends. Don't spoil it.
I'm
I
not.
feel like that's an interesting world to do another, if they do a sequel to Demon Slayer, they could probably keep it in that world. You know what I mean? That's enough. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
They could definitely make prequels.
They definitely could. That would be interesting. Because I would love to know more about Tanjiro's dad. Because they even in the manga they didn't really fully explain his dad. So there's that. What what game would you like to see remade or remastered or maybe another one in the series?
You know what I'm actually really excited for?
What?
The new Armored Core game is coming out.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, we haven't had a good like mecha anime.
Ooh. Well, I mean, there's a new Gundam anime out.
Is there?
Yeah, it's not dubbed yet,
No.
so
I'm not gonna look it up.
it's on
But like,
Crunchyroll. I saw it. It's like
is it?
it has a
Okay.
it has like a really interesting name. It's like Mobile Suit
Outside
Gundam
of that,
Butterfly or something like that. It's weird.
yeah, that does sound a little weird. But outside of that, like, I really just want like a good mecha. Where the fuck is Discord? There it is. I like literally minimized this for a second so I could Google it, and then I had a hard time finding the thing again. Um, I want like a solid story, either mecha, um, yeah, no, just a solid story mecha. Like I don't I'm kind of over one person having superpowers that make him overpowered, and that's the whole reason that he wins every single time. I want something that was just like very conflict heavy. Like it doesn't matter who the hero is because the in the grand scheme of things, the objective is more important than the hero.
Yeah, I would love to see like the old version of Zoids make a comeback. Like Zoid's old chaotic century, like that style. I would love to see that type of like anime come back. Because I don't like the recent Zoid stuff. We went back to anime instead of video games, but
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, was there a Zoids video game?
there was actually. There was. I owned it for the GameCube.
So, like, oh, have you ever played Zone of the Enders?
Yes.
Zone of the Enders would make a fucking great anime.
It would make an amazing anime. I think there was. I could be wrong. There could have been a Zone of the Enders, at least for the second one.
Damn it. Now I gotta look it up.
Speaking of which, I own Zone of the Enders and I have a VR headset. Why haven't I played this in VR yet? Because they made it into VR.
Did they really?
Yeah. Why haven't I played that game in VR? A game which apparently it's been announced, or it's pretty much guaranteed at this moment that's getting remade, is Metal Gear Solid, the first one.
Metal Gear Solid could be a very interesting anime.
It'd be a very good live action.
It'd
like,
be amazing live action. It'd be
now
a great movie.
Now I say this and say that you can't possibly fuck this up, but they fucked up Uncharted. So
No, yeah, you're right. They need to make it into an episodic show, right? I don't think it needs a full season, but it needs to be like finite. Like they like 24 episodes. You know what I mean? If it's gonna be an anime, 24 episodes, and then the whole thing is done. There can't be a sequel to it or anything like that because it's just.
well,
like,
I mean, they can do Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh yeah,
And then 3, and then 4. You can have 5 seasons.
they're all the same game. It's all the same story.
I mean, you got to go fight a Metal Gear, but it's not the same.
And every
story.
single one of them.
Well, Metal Gear Solid 2 is discovering that Snake is a copy of the big boss.
Right, but it also takes place after Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah, but then you discover all these things. It's granted, you still got to fight a Metal Gear, but there's a story to it.
Yeah. 2 and 3. Good God, though. Fucking cutscenes.
Oh,
You
three,
don't need a
three,
movie. Just
three.
get the cutscenes. It's like snap them together.
See, three is the movie. I remember, hey, you gotta get here. Okay, and then cutscene. Fucking 35 minutes later, cutscene. Oh, but man, I loved Metal Gear Solid 3.
Holy shit.
What?
Kojima is a fucking mastermind.
Oh, no, now Kojima's a mastermind?
Well, he's always been a mastermind, but you know, Zone of the Enders, he made that shit too.
Wait a goddamn second, did he? Where's my goddamn mouse? No, he didn't. Did he really?
Yeah, Zone of the Enders is a video game franchise created by Kojima and Konami.
Hideo Kojima,
Oh,
you
fuck.
crazy motherfucker, you.
He is like he's got to be like the Shakespeare of our generation. He's so good. He's so good at this. Why is he so good?
I mean, he's officially bringing Silent Hill back without Konami, so Konami, I should say.
I'm gonna take a look at his profile and see what games he's fucking made.
While you're doing that, I'll just continue going. I would love a remake of a game that I played on the PlayStation 1, and I brought this up before, and that's Vanguard Bandits. Man, I would love for that game to like get a remake. And that was a mecha tactics type game. Love for that to make a comeback. Also, I feel like any tactics game would be a great anime. Like Fire Emblem would be a phenomenal anime. Let's what other...
Fire Emblem would be great as an anime.
Super Smash Brothers could potentially be a good anime. What Star Wars would be a fantastic anime. Actually, all of Marvel could be a fantastic anime.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What?
Okay, here's a list of games that he's been involved with.
Oh boy. Go ahead.
In 1987, Metal Gear.
Yeah, obviously. He created the franchise.
Yep. Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Peace, Snatchers, Metal Gear Rising, Death Stranding. Anything that's Metal Gear, okay? We'll just skip over that.
Yeah.
But there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 different Metal Gear games.
That's crazy because I've only played like 6.
Now, these are all like spin-offs because apparently there's a Metal Gear Online that
Yeah.
came out in 2008.
Yeah, I played it for a little bit.
Jesus.
I don't think he had a hand in Metal Gear Survive though, which is that zombie one, isn't it?
No, he did because he created the world. So
Oh.
he gets credit for it. Because Survive is basically Metal Gear 5 just stripped and remade. Silent Hill,
Yeah.
Zone of the Enders. Oh, this would make another one. Vagrant Story.
I don't think I played Vagrant Story.
Oh, Vagrant Story is pretty legit. And then there's a couple of Game Boy games here. Like, I'm not sure what this is, but it looks interesting. Bokutai.
Honestly, a lot of Game Boy games I would love to see get remade.
Golden Sun.
Golden Sun sounds like a badass game.
Have you never played Golden Sun?
No.
It's a Game Boy game that's really good. What's this? Snatchers. Cyberpunk. It's a cyberpunk game. Released in 1988.
Dude's been in the gaming world for a long time.
Literally as long as I've been alive.
Man, like, they since they are pretty much doing a remake of Metal Gear Solid, like I feel you have to have Hideo Kojima like be a part of it.
Yeah, if he's not a cameo in there, you fucked up.
Like I get it, Konami and Hideo like had a falling out, but it's been years now, guys. Like you got to bring back the mastermind of Metal Gear to remake Metal Gear Solid. The one thing I know I'm going to be upset about is that the OG voices are not going to be in it, probably, which is going to make me sad. Because Solid Snake and Big Boss just have such a unique voice. David Hayter, I'm talking to you, buddy. I'm talking to you. I would love for him to be like come back and play Snake, but I don't know. I don't know if he could do. I think he could still do the voice, but like that voice has to be tough on your vocal cords. What are you looking up now?
Just looking through his fucking release catalog, dude.
Oh,
It's insane. It's huge.
that's what she said.
It's insane. And then they're still missing one because wasn't he involved with the Calypso Protocol as well?
You mean Callisto?
Yeah, what did I say?
Calypso? Was
Whatever.
he? I can look it
Oh
up.
no, I'm thinking of Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2.
I was gonna say he created those games, but Callisto Protocol, I don't think is him. Yeah, no, it's not him.
Okay. What a fucking legend.
Bloody legend, mate, I tell you. Since you're wearing a PlayStation shirt, what game on the PlayStation would you like to see remade?
Lunar Story.
The what?
Look it up. Hold on. Let me see if I can link you something. It's called Lunar Story. It's one of my favorite RPGs.
Lunar Silver Star Story Complete?
Yes.
Came out in 92. Interesting.
Oh my god, if I would have kept my copy of Xenogears, it's worth $375 right now. Fuck me. It's a really good anime. It's a really good game. A matter of fact, it's one of the few games that came out on PlayStation that still rocked pixel art.
Yeah.
Because it was just you could either do 3D, right?
Yeah.
But it was at like 30 frames per second, or you can get like that full fucking pixel art beautifulness that the PlayStation offered at the time. So they decided to go that route.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. I already said what PlayStation game I would love to get remade. The worst thing for me was since I was like younger, I didn't get to really expand like my RPG depth besides like Final Fantasy. So I really didn't get to explore that much. So I'd love to see some of these games get remade, like Xenogears and stuff, and like play them to what everyone loved them about. So
Xenogears, as I love that game, but as I tried going back to it, it did not age very well in terms of graphics. So yes, it does need a remake.
all right, let's go through like the consoles and see what games we'd love to see a remake. All right, let's go to N64. What game would you love to see get remade?
Why don't we just start with the NES, man? Let's start with the original NES, and I'll go first. Battletoads Double Dragons.
Battletoads did get a remake.
The Battletoads Double Dragon remake?
I know Battletoads, I'm pretty sure, got a remake.
Oh, God damn it. Now I gotta look up Battletoads. You making me do this shit. My fucking search history, dude.
Yeah, 2020. There was a Battletoads remake. Is it? Yeah, yeah. See, I'm a knowledgeable man. Sometimes I can be knowledgeable.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
I would. NES. What game would I
Or
love?
Contra, remake Contra.
Contra would be a good one to have, but that would be like a full world remake. That wouldn't be like a side scroller. I feel.
No, I feel like if Contra were to come back, it'd play a lot more like Gears of War
Yeah. How
because
about
that already has that
Castlevania?
vibe. Castlevania, yeah, I love Symphony of the Night. So if they can just redo the Castlevania games where it's all has that RPG element to it, I'm down for that.
All right, Sega.
Um, ooh,
You know what I'm gonna
bring
say.
back bring back Fantasy Star, but the actual traditional RPG game, not the online, because it was such a good competitor to like Final Fantasy in them, and then they just went the online route, and it kind of just went crazy from there.
I, because now that we have Streets of Rage 4, I would love to see Streets of Rage 1 and 2 get remade with those graphics. I would love to see it. Because Streets of Rage 2 is one of my all time favorite games.
Okay. I was always really bad at those beat 'em up games. And it was just one of those things where like I think I'm in range to like punch, but then I'm like one level lower than I should be, so I miss. And then they can kick because they're one level higher, it fucking hits me for whatever reason. So it's like, what the fuck? How come you can kick me but I can't punch you? This doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Alright, the Game Boy. What game would you like to see get remade on the game from the Game Boy?
This would have been Link's Awakening, but they brought it. So if it was going to be an actual Game Boy game, I want them to. Hold on, let me think about this.
I have one.
Because I was gonna say Pokemon, but they've been doing that forever. I want them to remake Kirby's Dream Land.
Okay. There is a Dragon Ball game. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Hold on, whoa. You said Game Boy, man. Not
It's
Game
a
Boy Advance.
no, it's a Game Boy game.
It's a Game Boy game.
Yep, it's a Game Boy game. Is it this one? Yep, it's called. I'm almost positive this is it. It's called Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Warriors.
Hold on.
Oh my god, I played the shit out of this game. Look it up, and you're gonna be like, so this game.
Game Boy Color game. Okay.
So this fucking game, uh, goes all the way up to the Boo Saga. And this is before Dragon Ball Z was at the Boo Saga in America. So, like, I kind of had spoilers from this. And it's kind of like a card game. So, like, you get, like, it's a fighting card game. So, you get all these moves in, like, you have to build up your meter to do certain moves. And, like, the melee ones are the ones that you gain all the stuff with. But you would have to use, like, it would be like, you know how the limit breaks in Final Fantasy X with like Auron was like down, left, right, circle, square, triangle, X.
Yeah.
That's how it was for like the melee attacks. You would have to go like.
Hold up. I do remember this.
I would love for this game to get a remake. I would love to play it like better graphics all the way up to super. Like that would be amazing. I would love for this game to get a remake.
You know what? You're not the only person who thinks that because I'm about to link you something. Hold up.
Oh my god, don't tell me. Don't tell me people are like, we need this game to be remade.
Oh, I can't save the picture. What the fuck? Hold on. Maybe I could do this.
Games facts, games plot.
There you
This
go.
game needs a remake.
Somebody already made the sprites for it.
Oh my god. I need this game to get a remake. You guys don't understand.
I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now. This is actually pretty legit.
Oh my god. Like, I'm looking at all this art now. I need this game to have a remake, Eric. Oh. Anyways, Sega Game Gear. Did you play any Sega Game Gear games?
Yeah, but it was all like the mobile versions of Sega games. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Sonic that was on it and whatnot. So, unfortunately, where I was at the time, Game Gear was dying, and it got replaced by the Sega Nomad.
I'll see. I still have a Sega Game Gear.
Have you ever played the Sega Nomad?
No.
If you played Sega, you played the Sega Nomad, because legit, like, took the form factor of the Game Gear, because they were just like, if it's drawing so much energy, why don't we just make a Sega with the same size screen, and that's the Sega Nomad. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I can probably Google it.
Holy shit, $550. You can kiss my ass.
Yeah, you can get a Sega game. Wow, I could sell my Game Gear for $150 now? Dude, you used to buy that shit for like $20 on eBay. Interesting. Good to know that I can sell my Sega Game Gear for a lot of money.
Wow,
yeah.
what the fuck is that?
Anyways, let's since we're not gonna choose a Sega Game Gear game because it pretty much, like you said, is all Sega games. What came out first, PlayStation or Game Boy Advance? PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
So we already said PlayStation. We already said our PlayStation ones that we'd like to see get remade. So N64.
The N64 remakes have already happened, right? Because they just keep redoing this shit. And I don't want to be like one of those guys who are like, oh, let's do GoldenEye, because I feel like that's like everybody's answer.
Not
Oh
everyone's.
man. I want a good Star Fox game.
I was literally thinking that. God damn it. Now I gotta change my Diddy Kong Racing. Give me a remake of Diddy Kong Racing or that Donkey Kong game. The one where you had to change out your little battery pack on your N64 to the gold one. And yet, like, dude, the multiplayer for that game was fun. I got my ass kicked by my buddy all the time, but...
Did we do... God damn it, I got something in my eye. Did we do Super Nintendo?
Oh, shit, we skipped Super Nintendo. Fuck. Super Nintendo, okay. Which you would want remade.
This is, like, the biggest catalog, right? Because I feel like there's so much to choose from, and they're all good options. So, here's my candidates. 1, Super Metroid.
Okay.
2, Super Mario RPG.
Okay.
Chrono Trigger's already been remade, but god damn it, I want to remake a Chrono Trigger as well.
A better version of remade.
And I'm talking about, like, not just HD the graphics and then slap that shit on there. I want some, like, auto saves in there, because god damn it, I fucking died once, and the last time I saved was like 4 hours from that one spot, and I'm just like, well, I'm not replaying 4 hours. So you can go fuck yourself. Can you hear my dog?
Yeah.
She's whining. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Donkey Kong games from Super Nintendo.
Okay. I think it was a Mickey game, and I probably could text my buddy and he might remember. But there was a Disney game that
I can hear you.
okay.
I can hear you letting the dog out.
There was a Disney game where you, like, you were Mickey and I think Minnie, and you had like a vacuum cleaner, and you just I'm like I'm trying to like I only remember one of the maps, and you were at like a carnival and stuff, and like you're like sucking up coins and like all that, and like really wish I could remember the game, and I might have to look it up right now because like it was a good game. I just wish I could remember it. Disney Super Nintendo games. Let's see. Let me go to images. I don't think it was this one. Oh, is it this one? Circus Mystery? Did I just find it already? Oh, this is a YouTube video, so never mind. You know what? I'm just gonna say it's the Circus Mystery game, the Great Circus Mystery. Because that's it is it. It is that one. It is the Great Circus Mystery. Because I see the gun that he's using. So I would love for that game to get remade. Or, you know, we could do the original Aladdin and all that. Aladdin games that were tough as shit in Lion King.
The Great Circus Mystery. Oh, yeah, look at that. They had it for the Super Nintendo as well.
Yep. That was a game I would like to see get remade because I enjoyed playing that game at my friend's house because I didn't have a Super Nintendo. All right. We did N64. I don't play Xbox, so if you want,
I mean, Halo, I guess.
all right, cool. Moving on. Game Boy Advance. What game would you like?
Golden Sun.
Okay.
I would look it up. It's a great little RPG. It was supposed to be episodic, right? So the way that they wanted to do it was they wanted to release it like books. You would get the first game, complete the first game, and then you would buy the second game, and the second game picks up where the first game left off. But like something happened, and it never continued. So you bought the first game, and it left you on such a fucking cliffhanger. That's it.
I would love for the Metabots game to get remade from the Game Boy Advance. They had a really good Metabots game, and I would love for it to get remade.
Metabots?
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, loved that anime when I was a kid. Absolutely loved it.
Did my dog leave? Fuck. All right.
see you later, bitch. I'm out of here. I'm making my getaway. Let's see. We said N64. PS2. What game would you like to get remade on the PS2? I brought mine up before, but there's actually several that I would love to get remade.
Was Resistance a PS3 game or a PS2 game?
PS3.
Okay. I don't know, man. I feel like I really love what they're doing with God of War, so I can't pick God of War.
I'm surprised you're not saying Shin Megami Tensei.
They don't need to remake it. They don't.
Or the original Persona games.
Ooh, this is rough, dude. I want a remake of the Final Fantasy games.
I mean, I
Like
would
an
love
actual remake of 10.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I was gonna say. I would love a legitimate remake of Final Fantasy X with better graphics. With the graphics they have now, Final Fantasy X would be Final Fantasy X at that time was drop dead gorgeous. The
It
remastered is
still look good.
yeah.
It
The
still looks good.
remastered is gorgeous, but give me a fucking remake. Which there's supposedly talks about it getting a remake. All right, I'm gonna go off my list real quick. I would love the Tony Hawk Underground series 1 and 2 to get a remake, or at least a remastered. I would love for those games to make a slight comeback because I
Didn't
played.
they? I swear they remastered them.
They didn't. I would know. I would be playing the shit out of them right now. The Godfather game that came out for the PS2, I would love to see get a remake. Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, I would love to see get a remake. SmackDown: Here Comes the Pain, I would love to see get a remake.
Um, go to TonyHawkTheGame.com.
Tony Hawk.thegame.com. Yeah, there's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Is that what you said? Or
No,
you said Underground?
I said Underground.
Oh, my bad.
I said Underground. The Underground had an actual fucking storyline. Give me that game. All right, I said mine. I did a list. GameCube. What game would you like to see get remade from the GameCube? And I have one.
I want to backtrack because now that you said GameCube, something stuck in my head.
Oh god.
There was a Mega Man game in the Nintendo 64.
Oh my god, I just thought of another one too because you just brought it up. There was
Okay, what's the other one?
Mine is the I don't think it was Bomberman 64, but there was a Bomberman game for the N64 that me and my buddy played all the fucking time co-op. Like it was a multiplayer game. And it was phenomenal, and I would love for that game to come back. You were like, Mega Man. I'm like, Bomberman! Bomberman!
Yes. Okay, so now, the GameCube, they had the best versions of, what is that Pokemon game? Not Stadium.
Snap?
Not Snap. Maybe it was Stadium. I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
There's a Pokemon game that came out for it. It was the fucking bee's knees.
That's the bee's knees.
It was the shit, dude. It was the shit.
This game was technically also a PlayStation 2 game, but I'm using it for the GameCube. GoldenEye 007. Completely different from the original GoldenEye game. This one is, it's a game, obviously, that you're with 007. 007 dies, and you take over for him. And, like, you're doing all the missions and stuff because James Bond died. It was a phenomenal game. The multiplayer for the game was amazing. Speaking of another one, and this is going back to PS2, 007 Nightfire. Remake that game. I need that multiplayer back so I can beat Oddjob and throw his hat all over the fucking place. I need that game to be remade. GameCube. Oh, God. You know, I had the GameCube. I didn't play many games on the GameCube. You know what?
A lot of the games on the GameCube that were, like, really good have come back out, right?
Yeah.
So, like, Luigi's Mansion has come back out. Rogue Squadron's coming back out.
Mario Sunshine or whatever the fuck it's called.
The GameCube was such a great, like, little console.
I just thought of a game, and it's a wrestling game. WWE Day of Reckoning. I would like to get a remake. That's the thing. Like at that time, PlayStation 2 was my RPG console. Like I just played RPGs on it. GameCube was where I just played WWE games. Because Day of Reckoning I played the shit out of. Let's see. What was it's already turning into gonna be like a pretty long episode, so I'm gonna skip the DS unless you have a game on the top of your head that you want to say.
No, because I can't think of any.
Yeah, I can't think of any. What games did I play on the DS anyway? I don't even fucking know. The
Oh,
five. Sorry, go ahead.
GameCube game. GameCube game would be Metroid Prime. Bring it, yeah, remake Metroid Prime.
Okay, DS. I honestly, I don't think I played many games for the DS. So I owned it. I owned one.
Yeah, it was. That's a weird system, right? Because I got the DS, but I feel like all I ever bought or ever played was like the Pokemon games.
Yeah, I don't know what else came for it. Um, let's see. PlayStation 3. I think we both would agree. Resistance. I would love a Resistance remake.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, Metal Gear Solid 4. I wouldn't mind like a remastered. But that was a PS3 game, wasn't it? Or was that a PS4 game?
I think it was. No, I think it was a 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3. What games came out for the PlayStation 3?
Resistance for sure.
Was there a Final Fantasy? Oh no, yeah, Final Fantasy 13. I was like, was there a Final Fantasy game that came out? That was the only games that was the only Final Fantasy games that came out for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
It was 13, 13-2, and 13-3. Those were the only Final Fantasy games that came out for the PlayStation 3.
You want to know what's even sadder?
What?
There's really no PlayStation game or Final Fantasy game that came out for the PS4.
No, that's a lie. 14 and 15.
Okay. Okay.
Dude, those games take a long time to make. Oh, okay, all right. Fucking Final Fantasy 7 remake. World of Final Fantasy. You got schooled, son. Fuck off.
Okay, well, first off, it's a remake, so the game already came out on the original PlayStation. 14 was not necessarily a PlayStation 4 game because it also came out for every other console.
Okay, Final Fantasy 15.
Okay, 15.
World of Final Fantasy came out on other consoles too. So if we're being that way, Mister, that game also came out for other stuff too.
Well, I'm just saying, like it wasn't really designed for that console.
I mean, Final Fantasy 15 wasn't designed for the PS4 either. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 15 was like the fact that you can play Final Fantasy 15 on your phone.
I can play Final Fantasy 15 on my PC, and I'm pretty sure I can't run it at high settings.
Yeah.
That's how overly powered that game was. I mean, that's what you get for fucking making the game on the fucking NVIDIA Titan. Dicks.
I still haven't beaten it.
Neither have I.
Okay. I think we get to the same spot, and then we're just like, yeah.
It's not a complete game.
It's not?
No.
Wow.
Because there's DLC, and they didn't finish the DLC for the game. I'm pretty sure they didn't.
I feel like it's just very grindy.
What Final Fantasy game isn't very grindy?
Yeah, but this is like negative grindy.
Yeah, because you have to do missions to get money, and that's fucking stupid.
Right.
Monsters don't drop money anymore? What the fuck?
You're talking about that soldier that I just beat up? I can't just take his shit and sell it? That's literally how they could have just fixed the whole money issue. Is like, okay, it doesn't make sense that a cow would drop like $1 million. But there's no reason why I couldn't just bring that cow to a butcher and him give me money for the fucking cow.
Or I could sell its milk and get cheese.
Well, I already killed the cow, so now it's dead. It's just dead cow milk. But I'm still like, it doesn't make much sense.
Oh, I just thought of another GameCube game, but I think it is getting a remake, and that's Tales of Symphonia. I think Tales of Symphonia is getting a remake.
A Tales game?
Yeah. Okay, anyways. The Nintendo Wii. What game would you like to see remade from the Nintendo Wii?
Without the gimmicks?
Yeah.
Literally all the Zelda games, because it fucking pissed me off that the Wii was like such a gimmicky console. It was a great console. Don't get me wrong, it's a great console. But they relied too heavily on the motion of everything. Sometimes I just want to lay back on the couch and push A. You know?
Yeah. I would. Sorry, go ahead.
And me being such a like Zelda fan, I didn't get to play all the Zelda games on it. And it's literally the console with the most fucking Zelda games. And I'm pissed off about it.
Uh, Mine would be Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. I would like for that to get a remake. And
Okay.
Path of Radiance for the GameCube. But anyways, I'm already past GameCube. I didn't play the 360, so go ahead.
Um, redo the Mass Effect games.
Aren't they? Aren't they redoing the Mass Effect games? I thought they
No,
were.
they're doing like an HD thing, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just
Okay.
like, but like remake them.
I thought they were doing one. 3DS. Do you got any 3DS games you would like to see?
Nah.
I skipped the PSP and the PS Vita. I am sorry, everyone. I
All
just
right. Yeah, yeah. Let's go back to those.
PSP. I would probably say probably Persona 3. Isn't Persona 3 a PSP game?
I think so.
Yeah, because it was PS3 Persona 3 portable, wasn't it? I'm almost positive that's a PSP game.
Well, it's not going to tell me. I believe it is though.
Okay, and then the Vita, I would like. I didn't play that many games for the Vita either, and I owned it.
Gravity Rush for me.
Okay, I would choose Persona 4 Golden. I would like the whole Persona series to get remade. Well, obviously Persona 5 doesn't need to be remade. I would just like them all to get remade to like better graphics so I can really enjoy it. But like I'm gonna tough myself out. Um, you said something for 360. You said Mass Effect. Let's see. 3DS. I would like Dragon Quest 9 to get remade.
Oh.
I would like for that to get remade. All right, let's head to the PS4. What
Oh,
game?
I know. Perfect game, right? It also came out for the PS3, but they released it for the PS4, and I hope they remake it. And that's Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm fucking with you, dude. They're gonna remake it. They're making another.
I was literally about to be like, do I have to kill Eric right now? Because I fucking will.
The fact that like literally it came out for the PS3, it came out for the PS4. They're making a PS5 version of it. The only thing that's like lived as long as this game is Skyrim.
Yeah, and they're not killing that one anytime soon.
And they just keep remaking, or not remaking, re-releasing Skyrim over and over and over again.
What game on the PS4 would I like remade? That's weird to think about considering, like, the PS4 graphics are fucking good. I don't know what game I would like remade from the PS4. I guess Final Fantasy 15, I guess, where it's a complete game, and with, like, I guess I would say with the Final Fantasy 7 remake battle system, if that makes sense. I think that would be my answer. I'll probably think of a PS4 game when I walk by my PS4 games and I'm like, oh, that one. Um, oh, I got it. Thought of it just now. Bloodborne. Give me. Oh, if you're not gonna remake it,
Bloodborne
give me an
was
HD.
Bloodborne on PS4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't think it was a PS3 game.
I thought Bloodborne was let me check. That is a PS4 game.
Yeah, give me either a remastered or a remake and make it PlayStation and PC. That's
Why
all.
the fuck did I think this game was only on the PS5?
You mean PS3?
No, PS5. I thought you had like
No. Are you thinking Elden Ring?
no. I know Elden Ring. If that's way too new for it to like. didn't they just release a Bloodborne game on the PS5 when it launched?
No, Demon Souls. You're thinking of Demon Souls. You're thinking of the
Oh,
you're
I'm
thinking of
thinking
the
of Demon
Demon
Souls.
Souls remake.
Okay.
What about you? PS4 game. What about you?
I don't know. I just want Sony to stop being such little bitches about their console exclusives.
No, I want it to keep happening. Fuck you, Xbox. Because they'll eventually make their way to the PC.
Yeah, but like then you have all the spoilers done.
True. True. True.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I think Bloodborne is a good one.
Switch.
Too new. I feel like the Switch is too new for remakes. However, if I had to pick one, I'd pick this new fucking Pokemon game.
All right.
You could take Violet and Crimson, put it back in the fucking oven, let it cook a little longer. So that way we can get a nice smooth 60 frames per second rather than this 15 frames bullshit.
You know what? Now that I think about it, because you're right, we're at the newer consoles, so there's no point even like bringing up remakes now. I think Bloodborne would be an interesting anime. Any of the Souls games would be an interesting anime.
Make definitely an anime you'd have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Because I've played some of the Souls games and I still don't know what the fucking story is.
Listen, I've beaten one of the Souls games and I still don't know what the fucking story is.
It's just like, okay, all right. I beat the game. Am I God now? I don't.
See, at least with Elden Ring, you get the gist of the story right at the beginning. You get this is what the story is. Okay, all right, okay.
Fucking Souls games.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job here.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious.
Well, I'm looking forward to next year, man. I know this is like the last time we're gonna record, and hopefully this will go up before the end of the year.
I'll probably next year. I'll probably upload it tomorrow.
I want to thank everybody for listening to us. I know we haven't been really consistent, and next year is one of those things that I want to work on is consistency, where we kind of just do this every week. That way we kind of get a schedule.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but like, there's going to be times where like we'll probably miss a week where like you either be on vacation or busy. I'll either be on vacation or I'll be busy. Or one of us will be getting sick. Knock on wood. You know, something might happen where we would have to maybe do it for like in 2 weeks instead of 1 week. I know this one I think took 2 weeks, potentially 3. If you guys want us to see more of our friends on and stuff, I mean, I can also try to tweet out at some voice actors and stuff and see if they'd be willing to come on. I don't know if we would have to pay them. If we did, then probably won't be able to have them on. So yeah, I definitely think for our channel's goals, we're gonna try to be more active, try to get there. I would love for people to be more active in the comments. I would love that, like especially if like you want to throw ideas out to us or like what your opinion would be. Like for instance today, like once this episode goes up, I would love to know what your guys' opinions on what you would love to see remade. Like, what games would you like to see remade? Like, we're probably forgetting games that we would love to see remade. So, I would love that. Do you have any life goals, though, for next year, though, Eric?
Outside of losing some weight, I want to, like, really focus in on paying off my credit cards.
Yeah, same.
And increasing the amount that I use or put into investments. Dude, my stocks, like, the stock market has crashed, basically. So I looked at my retirement account and I'm like, oh, cool, I can afford a Big Mac. So basically, when I retire, I can have a couple of sandwiches and then die. So
I
I want to work on that as well.
I I have a lot of goals for next year. One, obviously, debt free. I would love to be debt free. I don't think I'll be able to pay off my car by then, but hopefully, the right side of the government will stop being assholes and let people get this student loan forgiveness, because that'd be great. So I don't have to worry about my student loans. I would love to pay off my credit cards, which I'm almost there. I've paid off two, got two left. Um, Other personal goals: lose weight, get back to writing some of my fan fiction that I did write in the beginning of the year and that I've just kind of ignored. I also plan on writing my own isekai light novel, so I would love to get that down, keep brainstorming that, and then start actually typing it out and like get a rough draft going. I would love to get like that. That would be my goal, one of my main goals. Maybe learn the bass guitar. Maybe no, learn a
You
language.
know what? I was actually thinking about learning bass myself. I thought about like literally just picking up a bass because I was just like maybe I should learn how to play guitar, and then I watched someone play guitar. Like maybe I should learn how to play bass guitar.
See, like I have two close friends that play instruments. Actually, three close friends. I have three close friends that play instruments. My dad plays the bass, so it's like I would like to learn. I would like to learn. Oh God, now I got something in my eye. Could just be my hair. So yeah, I think that we have some pretty good goals. Hopefully, we'll get more consistent with the channel. Now that Eric has Monster Hunter Rise, we'll have something to start playing, and we can start talking about that on the channel. And then if you guys want, like, tell us what you all want to hear from us on the channel. Like, tell us what you want to hear. Maybe a specific game or a specific anime or an anime you think we should watch or a movie you think we should watch, and we could talk about that. We could talk about movies. I don't give a shit. Yeah, this
You could
is.
talk about boobies too.
I'm trying not to get the channel canceled. I'm trying hard not to get this channel canceled. Eric, on the other hand, is just throwing out titties, and so if you guys don't see us next year, you know why. So yeah, I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so happy we brought our podcast back. I know probably a lot of you would love for it to go in audio format. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to do that. So maybe I'll learn that next year. Learn how to put it on an audio format and just throw it up on other platforms so you guys can listen there. But that will be the final episode of the year for us here at the Sick Minds of Matt and Eric. What do you always say there, my buddy, my pal?
Be excellent to one another.
And you know what,
Happy
everyone?
New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all have a lovely and safe New Year's Eve. Take care, everyone.